Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of meeting with Evan Powell. He's co-founder of Reprise. Welcome, Evan.
Thank you so much for having me, Gerhard. Really pleased to be here.
Give me a brief history lesson. When did you had the idea for the company?
My co-founder, Brian, and I first started talking about Reprise in the fall of 2019. I was still in business school, and he was, he'd been head of technology at a company, Catalent here, and realized how difficult it was to create demo environments that really did what the sales teams needed. And he was running an engineering team that was spending hundreds of thousands a year making a demo environment that his sales team didn't even like. And he said, you know what, there has to be a better way to do this. We have to put the product in the hands of salespeople so they can really sell their software on their own. And he came up with the concept for Reprise that lets you capture and make demos really easily. And so that's what we've been up to.
When was the starting date?
So Brian and I first started talking in the fall of 2019, but the official company got together, Brian, Sam, and I in March of 2020.
So in those last 2 years, the COVID years, buyer behaviors have changed dramatically. Can you give us a little flavor on how you see that and how that impact the salesperson's work?
Absolutely. I think the biggest change in buyer behavior is that buyers, their patience isn't there anymore. And not only is their patience not there anymore for going through a sales process, it's also that they've been burned on software purchases now, right? Like you look back 7, 8 years ago, and a lot of the software buyers that salespeople were talking to had never bought a piece of software before. And so they needed someone to hold their hand and walk them through the product and all that kind of stuff. And they were okay with, being sold a vision. Now, a lot of people have discovered what it's like to be sold a vision and have it not come true. And so those buyers are much more demanding. They want access to the product right away. They want to know what the experience is going to be like to get the ROI that product is going to provide. And they're not okay with seeing an experience that looks like somebody else. They want it to look and feel like what their experience is going to be when they see your product.
In this big picture of yours, what is the role of the sales executive, and how important is that role in a world that is being taken over by technology?
Look, I'm a former salesperson myself. The role of the salesperson is not going away. It's evolving. What it's becoming is the role of the salesperson is to be relevant, to understand the problem, and to be able to direct their prospective buyer or customer to that solution in a way that resonates with them. Right? And so that means no more canned PowerPoint presentations, no more demos of an organization that's conveniently anonymous and everyone in there is named John or Jane Doe, and it's about a generic company, Acme. The role of the salesperson is to be able to provide an experience that helps the buyer truly understand what it's like to derive ROI from a solution, and in a way that is customized to them.
You mentioned demos a couple of times now. What is your view on how to do more effective, personalized, highly impactful demos that get better results?
It starts at the beginning. It starts with knowing about your prospect, right? And this is something every salesperson is told, but it really resonates with prospects when you actually understand their business. And then you have to show that you understand their business by providing a demo that is unique to them, that really shows, here's what it would look like to use our software. Here, look, it's your logo in the top right. It's a set of data that looks like your industry. You might be a healthcare company. Well, here's how we handle HIPAA specifically. And look, you can see it in the product and exactly what it would look like for you. That's really the critical piece of the modern demo. It can't be canned anymore, right? It can't be just sort of throw it out into the ether and I give the same demo to every single person I talk to. It needs to have some tailoring in it so that it looks and feels like what that person is actually going to receive. And then, by the way, it also needs to be portable, right? Because now, part of the modern buyer behavior is people buy in committee. And no matter how good a sales rep is, most of the time, you're not going to meet everyone in that buying committee. And so what happens is someone on our team comes to me and says, hey, this is how, this is going to give us ROI. And what is really hard for me to make a judgment on when I get a bunch of PowerPoint slides.
Evan, how does Reprise help?
We enable any go-to-market team to take control of their product and how it's shown, right? When you're a salesperson, the most important thing is your product. We give you the power over that. So we allow sales teams to really quickly create copies of their product, customize them to create perfect demos that they can give on the phone, and then also send out to their prospects. And they're completely divorced from a production environment. So no more 404s in the middle of demos with CEOs. No more, here, let me give you some screenshots and a PowerPoint slide. You can give people genuine product experiences from the moment they start talking to you.
Evan, how can people learn more?
Well, you can head on over to our website at getreprise.com. Please reach out to us. We also have a starter version. If you want to just pick it up and try it, you can do that today. And we're always happy to help and help you get rolling. But please, find us on our site, find us on LinkedIn, find us on, I believe we're on Twitter, and everywhere you can find people, we're there, and always interested to talk about demos.